feel this channel needs some more mystery, some excitement, some je ne sais quoi, right? You get me? Okay, then let's talk today about Mariată Nase, Romania's Edith Piaf. But let me first give you some background on someone saying something about Mariată Nase, because I have no authority, right? So, how about the authority of Constantin Brâncuș? Constantin Brâncuș was a Romanian sculptor, painter, and photographer who made his career in France, and he was one of the most influential sculptors of the 20th century. He has some very well-known and very expensive modernist sculptures. In 2005, his series of sculptures, Bird in Space, was sold at an auction for $27.5 billion, which at the time was a record price. Now, when Constantin Brâncuș met Mariată Nase, he told her, "When I hear you singing, Maria, I would be able to carve for each song a bird in space." So imagine that wealth, right? So what about Mariată Nase? What makes her so special? What makes her songs so beautiful? And how will I be able to talk about her songs without copyright infringement? Well, I've prepared a list of resources below in the description where you can find videos, recordings of her singing, and also a great set of translations that was done by my friend Roxana Chirilă. She has done an amazing job in translating these, so please make sure to check that out. Now, let's dive into how Mariată Nase was as a person. Well, she was pretty old school as a singer. She had this huge diva personality, the originality, the talent. She was beautiful, and also, most importantly perhaps, she was very versatile. She sang traditional folk music, romance, tango, and even operettas. And now, the interesting thing about her is how she drew from the Romanian folklore and she brought it into modern times, and she made it sound so mysterious, so powerful, so interesting, so sexy, you know? Now, before World War II, she sang in cabarets, let's call them that. She sang to soldiers in World War II, and then she sang on stage, she sang in movies, she toured internationally, and she died, unfortunately, of lung cancer in 1963, just before turning 50. It was the same year the iconic Edith Piaf died, aged 47, so before turning 50. And there's more interesting parallels between their lives, but I will let you discover those. Right now I would like to present the songs that I want to talk about today. So the songs I'm going to talk about today are three and pretty diverse. One of them is a love or a longing song. It's called Până când nu te iubeam, Until I Loved You. The second one is a drinking song, a party song, called Bun-i vinul ghiurghiuliu, Rose wine is so good. And also a curse, Cine iubește și lasă, or Who loves and leaves. And you will see these are each very powerful and very unique songs, and you will get a kind of vibe from Maria's voice and presence that you will enjoy very much. If not, I'm sorry, but how can you? The first song I want to talk about is very compelling, very interesting. It has been reinterpreted and covered many times, and it is in itself a lamentation. It's a song about love, lust, and also longing. It's called Până când nu te iubeam, Until I Loved You. And it was originally sung by bands in Bucharest. It's not an original Mariată Nase song, but her recording simplified the melody and added some oriental tunes with Turkish inspiration on top. The verses are short and the meaning is very easy to understand. However, what makes this song very compelling is the calling that comes every two verses. The calling, Dorule, Dorule. Now, this invocation is a formulation for calling the word dor. Basically, those of you who are grammar buffs, you will recognize the vocative, but the other ones just let me say that the basic word is dor, while the calling is dorule. Why is she calling for her door? What does door mean? It's actually one of our untranslatable words, and I want to cover this in another video. For now, I want to say that it comes from the Latin word dolus, meaning pain. However, dor is not only pain, it's a complex emotional state that involves longing, melancholy, the wish for someone to come and see you. And it's a very, very complex range and set of emotions, and in Romanian has a lot of significance. Maybe the closest thing to this would be the Portuguese word for longing, which is saudade. Now, this door of hers is the embodiment of the complex state of her mind, and her calling, coming every two verses, makes it a prayerful song. She's addressing this embodiment. She's addressing this person. So other than that, basically what she's saying between the callings is something in the lines of, until I loved you, I was peaceful, but now that I love you, I can't sleep at night. I can't rest. Even when I try to go out, I never have a destination. I roam. And the state of confusion and suffering is nailed in the last two verses, where there's this beautiful metaphor saying, Săraca inima mea, de la tine nu se mai ia, which means, my poor heart, it can't rip itself from you. So you see, the suffering is irreversible. It might be an impossible love, or it might be an unrequited love, or simply an undeclared love. We will never know. I suggest you listen to this song in her original interpretation. If you are a smoker, light up a cigarette. Let the rhythm and the melody move you. Let Maria's voice move you, like she has done so many people. In the description of the video, I've also added links to a cover version from the American band Pink Martini. They were so impressed with this song that they decided to learn a few things about Romanian pronunciation. They have made an excellent job actually in capturing the mood of the song, although the pronunciation is not great, of course. However, they did do a fantastic job, and it's one of my favorite renditions after the one presented by Maria Tenase. I've also included a contemporary remix sung by F. Charm and Maria Dragomiroiu, which I think shows how some songs are eternal and versatile, and you can mix them in various ways, turn them to different genres, and have a lot of fun doing so. And this is a great example of that. Now, the second song I want to talk about is Bună-i Vinu Gheorghiuliu. It's a song about wine drinking culture. It's a playful song for drinking and partying, and it has many tongue-in-cheek jokes. Now, the song is praising the qualities of sweet, rose-colored wine made from late-picked grapes at the end of autumn, and she's joking that this wine doesn't make her drunk. And yet a verse later she says, I swore off drinking, but I simply can't do it, and you can't even hold me accountable for what I would do to that vineyard. So you will find that a lot. You will find a lot of contradictions. So then, although this wine presumably doesn't make you drunk, she says it does go straight to your head, and it will make your vision blurry. And as I said, these paradoxes, and especially the ones about something not making you drunk, is something that you will find in Romanian culture a lot. These are always said about wine and țuică, which is a variant of rakia. You may call it that. All the people who produce this in their households say that good wine and good țuică, they won't ever give you a hangover. They don't make you drunk. But then again, they do. So the mood of this is finally explained when Maria sings, wine is good when you're drinking with a beautiful person, but if you drink wine with someone ugly, it will stick in your throat. Yuck. By the way, it's highly implied that the beautiful or ugly person is a man, so she's like, I'd rather drink this with a handsome man. Now, the last song I want to talk about is Cine iubește și lasă, Who Loves and Leaves. This is a song that draws a lot from Romanian folk music, and it is a curse. It's a curse on whoever loves someone and later leaves them. The French title of this album is clear, Malédiction d'amour. I hope I haven't botched the French pronunciation here. And in this song, you will see a very raw energy in the verses and the melody, and a dark theme very suited to the topic. She is basically calling upon God to punish anyone that loves and leaves. And we move on to very animalistic stuff. May that person crawl like a snake, step like a cockroach. She's really unforgiving, is she? You will see a lot of other callings to the elements and the raw energy of nature. She calls on the howl of the wind and the dust of the earth, much like one would call on the Furies for punishment. And then she has an interesting metaphor, an interesting comparison. She says, even ants, no matter how small they are, even if they walk underground, they keep their word. So for a Christian person, a baptized person, to not keep their word is a great sin. And that is why she concludes whoever loves and leaves deserves this ruthless punishment. The links in the descriptions to the Romanian and French language interpretation songs are below, and you can listen to this in both languages. You will see what I'm talking about. It's something very powerful and dark. But besides these ones, I've also included a modern fusion rendition made by Argatu. He's a performer who specializes in mixing folk with hip-hop and dubstep. And this is a very interesting one as well. And you will see how, again, these songs are eternal. The moods they bring you, the amazing feelings that you get listening to them can be easily transposed into modernity. And so they can be timeless, let's say. The question is, why am I covering Maria Tănase? Why am I talking about her music? Why is she the first artist to be featured here on Romanian Culture Explained? And the answer is very simple, basically. What I'm trying to do here with this channel is bring Romanian culture into the homes of other people who maybe are interested. And I'm trying to popularize this, and I'm trying to make you realize that it's a very interesting culture. It's a very sweet and interesting and welcoming nation that really likes to express itself. So we do like to express ourselves. And what Maria Tănase did in parallel, so as a parallel to this, was she took the raw folkloric music and she brought it to the masses by making it more modern, by interpreting it, and by making recordings in the 20th century. Now, again, I see and I'm very happy about this resurfacing of folk-inspired music. And I think it's time that we embrace our roots and we bring them into the modern world as they're supposed to be. That's why I have this channel after all. By the way, do not forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. So, bye!